Hi, friends. This is James and Cara, and we are Kerouacs Cruising.
We are taking you on a journey, traveling the country with our dogs and finding remote places where the dog
And us
can roam free and play while we discuss life's growths, beauty, and some struggles along the way.
We recommend pairing our episodes with our blog at kerouacscruising.com, where we organize accurate information in an easy-to-follow format, removing all of the conversational goodies.
The link for this episode's blog post is in the show notes.
We encourage you to join the conversation by commenting where you listen, engaging with us on Facebook or Instagram at Kerouacs Cruising, or email us at join@kerouacscruising.com.
In the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Sit back and enjoy the journey.
Good morning, friends.
Hi, thank you for joining Kerouacs Cruising. We are on a journey today at looking at trailers.
It's finally time.
It's been a long road getting here. We were hoping to be on the road already.
We're actually a year deep into the podcast, and we're just finally going
to
to get a travel trailer.
So it's been crazy, really a crazy 2 years for us, to be absolutely honest with you. But this year has been crazy, and we sold some property, so we're supposed to be paid out on that in the next couple of weeks. So we are trailer hunting and really ready to buy a trailer and head to Idaho to see the baby for the baby's first birthday.
Yes, we're super excited. We've already been kind of looking around a little bit. We've looked online for sure. RVtrader.com is a really great resource. We've looked at Facebook Marketplace a bit.
We went to RV Country and checked them out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our budget's not huge. So RV Country was kind of we're priced out of RV Country because you're paying for the dealer, really.
Yeah. And the dealer's guarantees, right? Because if you buy it from a dealer, they're going through with their inspection team to make sure that every piece of equipment is working. Yeah. And James is really, really handy. So we do have the ability to be a little bit more flexible in that. Not that we don't want to have to fix something as soon as we buy it, you know, but especially when you're buying used. And there was a trailer we looked at that was new that we really liked in general. It was really cute. It was within our price range, but we really want a separate bedroom. One of the things we learned with having our tiny house is that we
can't close off the dogs.
So we want a separate room. We live in just a one-room cabin, so there's no privacy even. Like James, he only really sleeps 5 hours a night, and then he just lays in bed waiting until I get up, basically.
Or my alarm goes off if I have work to do.
Yeah, and he hopes he falls back to sleep, but a lot of the time he doesn't. So if we've got a separate room, he can get up and go read a book or go do something, tinker around without bugging me at all, and vice versa. If sometimes I'm a night owl, and if I want to not go to bed at the same time as him. So it just really puts in a lot of positivity. So we're like, if we've got the opportunity to buy something, I think having a separate bedroom's a must. And then we're going to be traveling full time and living in this thing essentially. So our whole life has to fit into it. So storage is really important to us.
We were trying to stay in the 30-foot range.
Yeah, 30 foot or under.
30 foot or under, just because think about towing 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to be able to maneuver it in the woods and really be able to camp where we want to camp. Yeah. So we're excited to look at this trailer. This trailer pretty much checks all the boxes if everything works.
Yes.
You know, we have no idea. This is the third one we've actually physically seen. The first one we went and looked at was a friend of ours, and we thought it was going to be good, but had water leaks everywhere.
Yeah, and it was an RV too, so it was like we really had to get creative on making this work because it was beautiful. It was really, really pretty and lots of storage space. But it was an RV, and we specifically bought this truck to tow a travel trailer. So we actually, if you guys don't know, Rams have the option. I only thought Jeeps did, where you could, for a 4-wheel drive, do a flat tow. So we considered doing that with this, but we have a 2500. That seems really silly to tow that behind an RV. Why would you have all this power and all this engine to just
the RV hit all the boxes. It was just too much stuff wrong with it.
Yeah, it was everything we touched. It seemed like everything was wrong with it. So we kind of backed out of that situation because they, of course, really wanted us to buy it. And then there was the one that we saw online that we fell in love with that we looked at the dealership, and it was really roomy on the inside, but didn't have that separate bedroom. It was a Murphy bed, which is nice for the space, but I really want that separate bedroom.
That's 25 feet.
Yeah.
So the one we're looking at today is 30 feet, and it has a private bedroom. So we're going to try to take pictures so we can show you guys.
Yeah, what we're kind of looking at.
But we are just excited to be able to be hopefully getting on the road. You know, we haven't even really videoed too much content because I just been home and we've been just working and stuff. And then dealing with treatments.
Yeah. We're almost done that, though. He's going to start... Just as an update on that,
my treatments end June 11th, and I started them yesterday, and then cross my fingers, everything goes the way it's supposed to.
And this is just to go through his system and make sure that any cancer that could still be floating around and moving around is taken over.
The cancer cells. So that's what we're doing, and we look forward to bringing you our trip to Idaho. In our camper.
Yes.
And we're going through the north rim of the Grand Canyon up through Utah, a little different way than we've brought you in the past, because we usually go through Las Vegas and go up through Nevada, but it's going to be smack dab in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
So going the north rim through Utah is going to be a little
cooler. It's going to keep us cooler a little longer, yeah.
So we're excited to get on the road.
And then we've got the Together We Rise book is coming out. Actually, the day you finish treatments,
June 11th.
June 11th. And we've got interviews coming like crazy. So we've got a lot of content. So we just did a little bit of a dry spell, and then we're just going to slam you guys with tons of content between all these interviews and then our camping trips and all of our travels. We've got a lot coming to you guys. So we're really excited.
This book, Together You Rise, the people that wrote chapters, everybody's going to want to read these chapters.
Yeah.
They are powerful.
Really powerful. I'm so honored to be a part of this group. It's really special.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So I think it's about time for us to start moving. We just didn't want to sit in front of the guy's house and record. So we're sitting in a gas station down the street. So we're going to go check out this trailer, snap some pictures while we're going through it. And then we'll come back and let you guys know what we thought, if this is the one or if we're hoping this is the one because this is the closest one to where we live. Otherwise, we got to start going to Phoenix and Prescott, Lake Havasu, which are all doable options. But of course,
we're hoping this one's the one.
We want this one to be the one.
We're hoping for.
It's priced even better than our budget, which gives us more money for traveling and adventuring. And then it checks all of the boxes otherwise. When I look at the specs on this thing, it's a little outdated visually, which I'm a little bummed out about. I don't like that dark wood look because it makes everything feel smaller. But for the price point, I'll paint the cabinets. Like, we'll figure it out. So we're really excited, and we'll bring it to you guys.
Thanks for listening.
Oh my gosh, we're back.
Welcome back. We just looked at our new trailer.
Yes.
We now just got to cross our fingers and hope that nobody buys it.
Yeah.
Because we're not in a position to buy it right now and I go to my treatment till June 11th. So, but it checked all the boxes. Yeah, it's an older trailer.
It's a 2014, so it's the same year as the truck, which I think is adorable.
Matches. So, but looking at the roof, we've turned the AC on, looking at everything, it's a good deal.
Yeah, it's got some minor things wrong with it, like the stabilizer jack motor needs to be replaced, but you can hand crank it, so we can start rolling before we get that fixed.
We probably will just hand crank them, and then when I get to Idaho, I'll replace them. Really, it was 4 bolts and a wire.
Yeah,
super easy. Yeah, so we'll do that, and there was some drains.
Oh, we need new tires.
New tires.
Yeah, handles for the Janes, but he's gonna fix that, right?
Yeah, he said he bought them, and it's going to need batteries. The batteries were 6 years old, so it needs some stuff. Yeah. But all stuff, I would rather buy brand new batteries
and brand new tires.
And new tires, because now I know they're brand new.
Yep.
And I know the batteries are brand new, and they're going to last 6, 7, 8 years. Yep.
Yep.
So them are things that I would buy anyways.
Yeah.
So it did have one solar panel, 100 watt. That would probably only keep the batteries charged, which is great.
Yeah.
So that's a plus. All that's a plus. You know, we're going to use our solar generator. It's a 30 amp and it will plug right into our solar generator and or our gas power generator.
Yeah.
So the only negative that I seen, it's not even a negative. It didn't have a lot of storage outside of the unit. So we got to figure out, like, where am I going to store my gas generator? But one of the things it has, and we have a utility rack, and we would put it on the utility rack. So it had a hitch on the back to be able to put a utility rack.
Yep.
So, and then the refrigerator was a little small.
Really small. It's only 8 cubic feet. And if you've been following us for a while, you know that we cook most all of our meals.
So we're thinking we're going to buy an electric cooler because buying ice gets obnoxious, and it gets expensive. If we're plugging in refrigerator to our solar generator, we already bought the cost of the solar generator, and the solar comes from the sun.
Free. Yeah,
exactly. It's free at this point. So overall, it's a win. It's the best deal that we found.
Yeah, and
we will still look, but for right now, we're hoping that don't go buy this trip.
Yeah, we're not. I was gonna say we're not gonna put it up. Like I said, it's really dark as far as the fabric and the decor.
Dark fabric.
It's dark.
It's weird because we looked at some brand new trailers, 24s and stuff, and they have gotten smart, and now they're all light color.
Yeah, like gray or a white. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's nicer. Definitely different.
And even still, even just a few years ago, they were using the lighter colored wood. You know, where it still again looked lighter. This is pretty dark. It's like mahogany. It's it almost feels like 1980s status darkness, but it's well maintained. It's super clean. Everything we need to just roll is in there. And we'll just have to move our stuff in. I mean, tons of closet space.
Yeah, the inside had a lot of storage.
A lot of storage on the inside. Yeah. So, and like he said, we've got the utility rack, and then we want to put on the back of this a cap and a roof rack. So
on the truck,
on the back, this this guy that we're sitting in. So that and plus we've got the back of the truck for storage, so we should be able to move to Idaho pretty smoothly, and it'll be an exciting adventure, you guys. I'm really excited. This is it. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be perfect. It's it.
We bought a trailer.
Well, we dreamed about buying a trailer. We looked at the trailer. We looked at the perfect trailer. Now I can dream about being inside of it and mentally put everything away inside of it.
The other thing that was awesome is the oven was
it's huge.
Big oven.
Yeah. And that's so rare. They're usually like all the newer ones. Sheet. Yeah. It's like you can only cook cookies in it. So I'm really excited about this. You could get like, I don't know, a whole chicken, maybe.
Yeah,
that's about it.
It's not a turkey.
Yeah.
But even a spiral ham and stuff.
Maybe,
So there's some it was enough room. We don't even really cook whole chickens or spiral hams. No. What we cook is tri-tip.
Yes.
Slow cook it so it tenderizes, and then we,
And I was going to be really heartbroken if we couldn't cook tri-tip anymore, because that's become one of my favorite meals. We're going to have to do an episode where I show you guys how I cook tri-tip, because it's one of the lesser expensive cuts of meat, and it's melts in your mouth the way I cook it. So, and it's something you could definitely do camping. So I'm really excited about that. We'll bring that to you guys as we get rolling. But I'm obviously talking a million miles a minute. I'm excited. We found home. This is the camper.
This is going to be it.
Yes. Woohoo! All right, you guys. We'll give you more updates as they come, but I love you guys. Thanks for listening.
Till next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Kerouacs Cruising.
We're thrilled to have you with us.
We had a blast recording this episode and hope you enjoyed our adventures as much as we enjoyed sharing them.
For more amazing pictures and stories, visit our website and blog at kerouacscruising.com.
And join the conversation on Facebook at Kerouacs Cruising, or email us at join@kerouacscruising.com.
We'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
If you enjoyed this episode, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving us a review.
Your support helps us reach more listeners and allows us to continue sharing our travel experiences with you.
It's a generous favor that means the world to us.
Thank you so much for listening to Kerouacs Cruising.
Until next time, happy travels.